go sit down and chat with Chris Bryers, my good buddy. And I hope you enjoy it and you find this entertaining. And if you're at work, just put on your headphones and listen to this conversation. And we'll be having more conversations like this.
Sorry, y'all. Drink him up. You got 10 minutes. All right. Drink him up, damn
All right, this is Chris Bryers. I've known this guy for a pretty good while, but recently, in the last few years, have become better friends with him. He's got a little boy the same age as mine, basically. And I think Chris Bryers is probably one of the most interesting guys, and he makes me feel better about being as old as I do, and feel good about being as old as I do. That I'm not some old dude that's already in his 30s or 40s that has hung it up already. And I think with the new stage of people, more people even in their 50s will become like their 30s.
I'm not 50.
I know. When did you start skating?
I think like maybe 84?
84?
1984, 85. My dad had this like little skinny Sims board, like 3 inches around, 4 inches wide board, and it was in the garage, and I just started rolling around that, and then I used to set up like he in the back of his truck he had like a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, and he'd set it up, and he kept it in the back of his truck, I guess like as a bed liner or whatever.
Yeah.
And I used to pull it out and like lay it on the bed and make a bank ramp, and then that's how I just started skating on that.
How old were you though?
I don't know, maybe like 12, 10 or 12 or something like that, but like...
That was when it first started kind of taking off.
Certainly, definitely, and like, I can remember like when I really first was like, okay, I'm going to be a skateboarder when like I was riding that bank like off my dad's truck with plywood, and this guy started skating by my house. His name was Chris Kendrick, and he lived around the corner from me, or down the way a little bit, but he came skating through and he saw me skate in the bank, and he started ripping the bank. Like he was going up and he was like doing like frontside grind or like frontside pivot on the top, and I didn't even know it was possible. And his board was wider, and he had indies on it and stuff. And then I saw him doing ollie on the flat ground. I was like, that was it. I was hooked. Yeah.
We heard about this party, so we all piled in RV's little car, and a bunch of us went out there, and it was like at your mom's house, and I guess it was your birthday party.
Yeah.
And there were people jumping off the roof into your
pool.
pool.
My mom would like have people over, like, and she would be entertaining friends or whatever in the backyard, and I would come home and I would be so psyched because they were in the backyard drinking margaritas or whatever and having like listen to Jimmy Buffett and all this crap. And I would go up on the roof and I would just jump off. They couldn't see me, and I'd do cannonballs and just splash them all. Yeah.
And like I kind of like grew up like in that age where like you were waiting for the different Paul Peralta videos, and there was another one called Psycho Skate.
Psycho Skate, yeah.
And these were all videos that somehow were at the regular video store. And seeing like that old footage, I totally forgot all about Rodney Mullen in that video. And I was like, oh, dude, I almost like felt bad for the guy. Like he's such a like weirdo.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't even know he was that trippy.
I didn't either, man.
But you know, remember in that in the Bones video, he was talking about how he was doing demos at malls and stuff. I saw him at Alameda Mall doing a demo, and it was probably it was like probably like 86, or maybe something like that. He did a demo in Foley's at Alameda Mall. Like he just had this one little spot, and they had like cleared it out, and fucking he killed it. It was like it was mind blowing.
So was Rodney Mullen like the first person you ever saw that was a pro?
No, the first person I ever saw was pro Todd Prince.
What up? What's up? What's going on?
Yo, what up? Speaking of old, this guy.
Yeah, this guy used to be a legend. Now,
Used to be.
Oh, he still is, man.
That's messed up.
So I was Todd Prince at the skate park in Houston.
And now you're buddies with him.
Yeah. He's
I'm
an
sorry
awesome
for
dude.
that.
That guy's the best. I love Todd.
At this mall, the San Jacinto Mall in Baytown, like, I don't even know. I guess I heard about it from Estes Skate Shop that they had a Bones Brigade demo.
Went to that, yeah.
Yeah.
They had
this
had
full
the
ramp.
Yeah, the mini
parking
ramp
lot.
on the trailer.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was.
I remember like no one knowing where the ramp was gonna be at. So everyone was like, you would just see packs of people running around in the mall. Like, it's over here, no, it's over here. And then we found out it's in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So you just see waves of people moving through the mall. And I do not know. I thought like I was like maybe one out of maybe 20 skaters in that whole county. But there was like hundreds
You saw
of
the
people.
Yeah.
The whole parking lot was just packed. But it must have been people coming from like Houston, everything, and people had their skateboards. And I remember people were skating in the mall, like trying to get to the parking lot and stuff.
Well, I'll say it probably was a lot more than just your area because Estes was like a really good shop from before like all the crazy crap happened with them. We'll leave that part out, but like I know that shop was really strong. Their contests they had, we go to their contests and they were like there were kids from all over.
You talking about in the back of Estes?
Yeah.
Oh, you used to go there?
Yeah.
Because that was like right when I first started skating, and I would go visit my mom. My mom lived in the projects right behind Estes.
Mhm.
And so I would like go over to the skate shop and just hang out in there for like 15, 20 minutes, just look around. And then one of the times that I went by there, they were having a contest. And I remember Brett, like going back there.
Yeah, he probably stood out.
Yeah.
And plus he worked at the shop.
Right. So, how many times a week do you get in trouble with your wife?
Oh man, I don't want to talk about that. Is that one of the questions?
Yeah.
Next question.
Next time. Okay. How hard was it to get your wife to let you build a ramp in your backyard?
Oh man, it took a long time. Long time. Lots of.
She still doesn't approve of it.
Yeah, she's still over it. I leaned on. Well, let's put it like this. I've lived in the house for 10 years, and I've had the ramp for like 4. I think.
Oh, yeah.
So 6 years.
6 years. You for 6 years?
Yes.
Lots of back
Surprise!
massages,
Yes.
feet rubs,
Yes.
taking her out to dinner.
Yes.
See, I'm trying to learn. You know, so
Right.
every time, like,
Is this
Yeah.
the next episode?
yeah, this is it right here. Oh.
Is that the next episode? A tank top?
It's
Oh my god.
I wore it just for you. I was like, I know he's gonna say
You knew I'd
something.
say something.
And,
Next episode.
This guy's always rocking tanks, so I figured
Yeah,
I'm gonna
look-
tell him.
but he's tan and he's muscular. You're
I-
not. Whoa, okay, whoa.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Going back to before is, would you say skateboarding is better now or better then?
Oh, way better. Yeah, well, it's better now.
DIY.
Just because, I don't know, yeah, there's so many more people who are into it. Well, it's better for me anyway now, because, like, I know a lot more people, and there's a lot more stuff to skate. But I will say this, like, back in the day, it's different in the fact that it's so much easier now, whereas, like, back in the day, it was freaking hard to even, like I only knew a couple of people that skated in my whole neighborhood. And then, like, to go skate somewhere, I had to get my mom to, like, take me to the north side of Houston, drop me off at a freaking...
Your mom goes
Skate park in Houston?
Yeah, skate park.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
I did
and
this-
she would be like, what? You want me to take you and drop you off where there's, like, ramps? She didn't even get it. There's no internet to say, look, Mom, this is what it looks like. Or there's no pictures I can show her.
Leave
It's
you
just,
there all day.
I'm selling it to her in her mind, like, yes, you're gonna drop me off there all day with a bunch of grown-ass men drinking beer and skating these ramps. It's just so much bigger now. But that's just the natural order of things. I mean, it's a process. So.
Oh, yeah, guess from Priority Mail.
What up?
You're probably like this one too.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, word.
Oh,
Inside the
Yeah,
depths of
that's
the Matrix. Sweet. Heck yeah. Okay, I heard this story, and you can finish it off the way you think is fit. But I heard that there was a story that you were at Grand Prize.
Is that Jake Lynn?
And like you were having a good old time. You
It
go
was
up to
sick.
the bartender, and you ask him for a drink,
That's
and
what I
so they
thought. I
refuse to
didn't
give you a drink. And
So I think it's like
so
Alien did like
you go, all right, well, give me a water.
some shit at UFO.
Oh no. Thursday or Thursday night, like some random, and I had to go home. It was time for me to go. So I ordered a shot and a glass of water. And like I said, let me get a shot of Jameson and a water back.
Yeah.
And the guy and the bartender was like, okay, so
I want to hear this story.
they bring the water and the Jameson shot, and I took my shirt off, and the bartender goes like, hey dude, you got to put your shirt back on. You can't be in here without your shirt on. I was like, don't worry. I took the shot, and then I dumped the glass of water on my head to like snap out of it.
Dude, Alex Jones, man, he's on some crazy stuff.
Jake's
Oh,
crazy.
this is the InfoWars
Yeah, I
back
got two
there.
of them.
Yeah.
What up?
But this other story though, when we were at emo, so and we were hanging out outside, and then we heard,
Are you serious?
and then we heard, what's up, Trace?
What up, Trace? Trace
How's
here.
your back?
I'm better.
Then we heard like, dude, I think it was Wayne and Chris and maybe Travis Sells. They just got into a fight inside, and the next thing I know is like they were like, yeah, Chris, like they got into this bar fight, and Chris had someone pulled underneath the foosball machine and was punching him.
It was an air hockey.
Air hockey. And I just had this mental picture of you pulling somebody underneath a foosball machine or air hockey machine and punching them where they were defenseless.
No. Dude, here's the story. I'll tell you, this is a true story. This is the night of my bachelor party. Okay?
That's right?
We're in the emos and we're having the best time, dude. And Amy Cook, you know who Amy Cook is? She's Jason Womack's girlfriend now.
wife.
She had this cowboy hat on her head, okay? And I came over and I started saying what up to Amy. I've known her forever. What up, Amy? Anyway, I took the cowboy hat and I put it on my head. And this guy that she was with looked at me and immediately punched me right in the face.
What?
Without even like hesitation, like not even like, hey dude, take that off your head. He punches me in the face. And I just lost it, of course.
Oh,
Like,
of course you should lose it, man.
and I ended up, and I just beat the shit out of the guy. Well, and see, I just started. I don't think I thought he must have thought he laid the knockout blow, but he didn't.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I came back on him, and I just started wailing on this dude. And his friend, it was awesome. His friend tried to jump on my back, and Wayne Patrick, what up,
So I had it right.
fully took out his buddy and like just destroyed his buddy. So anyway, it ended up I was beating this guy senseless underneath an air hockey table. Well, what's radical and what's justice is the fact that at Emo's, I knew a lot of the dudes that worked there.
They got chomped.
Those guys got the boot.
Hell yeah.
And we like triumphantly won. It was sick.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard this story? Whenever Robert Botello was super into The Matrix, and he used to wear that trench coat.
Dude almost choked.
And he got into a fight,
Okay.
and then somehow he was like dogging it out with this dude. He gets on the picnic tables or something while he's fighting some dude and tries to run and does a double foot kick like in The Matrix. And then he's like tweaked his knee. That's when he had that ACL problem or something.
Oh, is that why you had a terrible knee?
I think that was it, or maybe that was another reason. Robert was so into The Matrix that
thought he was Neo.
That he thought he was Neo. He had all the toys. You go over to his house and
Yeah.
had all the toys set up.
I think he still wears those glasses.
And then he had the trench coat.
What up, Robert?
Rob! Yeah, dude. Man, there's some people that we've had some good times with that I wish we still got to hang out with. What?
Yes.
What up, dude?
Frankie.
Yeah.
This guy.
What's up, buddy?
What?
He finally made it
We're
back
getting
out
interviewed,
here.
dude. This is it. We're getting interviewed.
Oh, sick. I figured.
Yeah, you got a background appearance right there. But I think it's a good time to wind it up.
Yeah.
Go Mingle. Thanks. We're going to have to do this again.
Love you, Dougie.
I love knowing you,
Fuck
man.
yeah, brother.
You make my life interesting.
You're the last dude.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
it, man. All
All right, we're going to do this some more, though.
I will. Out.
Bye, y'all.